In this lesson, I will show you how you can create slots in Solidworks. The slot tool can be found in the sketch ribbon. If you click on the arrow next to the slot icon, you can see all the available slot tools. The first option is the straight slot. With this option, you have to specify the arc centers first and then specify the width of the slot. So with the tool active, I will click once to specify the first arc center. Then I will move the cursor to the right and click again to specify the second arc center. And finally, I will click to specify the slot's width. From the parameters area in the Property Manager palette, I can specify the slot's width and the distance between the arc centers. To change the distance between the centers of the arcs, I will type 20 in the slot length field and I will press enter. Next, I will change the value in the slot width field to 8. At this point, I want you to notice that above those parameters, there are two icons. The first icon is called center to center, and the slot length is defined as the distance between the arc's centers. On the other hand, with the overall length option active, the slot length is defined as the total length of the slot. So before you start creating the slot, it's a good practice to activate the appropriate option, depending on the data you have available. Now I will press Escape to deactivate the tool, click on the arrow next to the slot icon and activate the Center Point Straight Slot tool. With this tool, you specify the distance between the center of the slot and the center of the arc. So I will click once to specify the center of the slot, then I will click to specify the center of the arc, and finally I will click one more time to specify the slot's width. The parameters in the Property Manager palette are exactly the same with the previous example, so I won't elaborate on them again. I will deactivate the tool, and I will select the last slot I created. Notice that the Property Manager palette activates again, and there I can find the same parameters and modify the slot's dimensions. Now I will deselect everything, click on the arrow next to the slot icon, and activate the 3-point Arc Slot tool. With this tool, you can create curved slots. So with the tool active, I will click to specify the first point of the curved slot. Then I will click again to specify the end point of the curved slot. And then I will click to specify the radius of the curved slot. Now all I have to do is click one more time to specify the slot's width. Now I will press Escape to deactivate the tool and I will select this slot. From the Property Manager palette, I can see that the parameters are slightly different. Apart from the slot width and length, I can also specify its radius as well as its angle. I have to mention that if I change the angle, then the slot's length will be adjusted automatically. So I will type 80 in the angle field and press enter. Notice that the value in the slot length changed automatically. Now I will change the slot width to 4 mm and the radius to 15. I will press Escape to deactivate the tool and move on to the next example. So I will click on the arrow next to the slot icon and activate the Center Point Arc Slot tool. This tool also creates a curved slot, but this time I will specify its center first. So I will click to specify the slot center. Now I will click again to specify the first point of the curved slot, and I will click to specify the end point of the curved slot. To create the slot, I will click once again to specify the slot's width. The parameters that can be found in the Property Manager palette are exactly the same with the previous example, so I won't elaborate on this one, and I will just press Escape to deactivate the tool. So those were the basic ways you can create slots in Solidworks. I suggest that you create some slots of your own in order to become more familiar with how the tool works.